Hey, I'm Carlos Garcia, and today's Thursday because I'm recording this Thursday morning after work. This was supposed to be Wednesday's video. I basically slept all day yesterday. Apparently my body needed some sleep, and so we're a little behind around here. So it is what it is. But today we're getting into a recap of my June whiskey cigar clubs. I had two different ones, two different lineups. Yep, there's no bottles that are the same. Well, technically, there's bottles the same. We'll get into it. There's three bottles that are similar, but they're all different single barrels. That makes sense. But there's a lot of good bottles in here. There's a $500 bottle in here. There's all kinds of different stuff in here. A lot of different releases, basically all new releases. Price points are like $30 all the way to $500. So crazy different amount of different stuff here to check out. So definitely stay tuned. But let's do the giveaway. All right, so this giveaway is going to be for the Jack Daniel's 10s. So there'll be 4 different samples. And the winner is Jesse Braley. Email description, send me an email. All right, if you haven't seen one of these 24 bottle recap videos, this is how it kind of goes. I had 2 different whiskey cigar clubs. Each time we do 12 different bottles. We do them in sets of 4. It's blind for everyone except for me because I'm the one that's organizing it all. Half the time it's still blind for me, but I do supposed to know what's in the lineup and everything. But it's blind for everyone. Everyone's scoring it 1 through 5, 5 being the highest. So I'll go over my notes for each bottle, my score, the group score, and what it ranked 1 out of 12 for that whiskey cigar club. So the first lineup we're going to get into was the small whiskey cigar club. The second lineup, we had 8 people. That was actually 2 nights ago. It was Tuesday night. This is why I needed a lot of sleep yesterday. Recover from that whiskey cigar club. It was a good one. So let's go over the first one we did a few weeks ago. This was the first lineup of the first lineup. The first grouping, the first blind. I don't know. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. So we had this a blue note. This is new. This is a weeded one. Pretty sure I got this online because I don't think I've seen it in Connecticut. 101 proof. So all the notes, sweet tarts, slight funky butterscotch. On the palate, sweet honey, wheat funk, butterscotch light. And on the finish, sweet honey light, slight youthful. So that's the blue note, weeded bourbon, 101 proof. I scored that a 3.25. The group scored a 3.26. Which is right on the nose. That came in 11th place overall. And you'll kind of see that the scoring in this groups was much higher than the second group once we get to it. People just score however they want to score. So then we have this Elijah Craig PGA. This is the 2026 version. What's the proof on this? 108 proof. Okay, so yeah, we got there we got there quickly. Sweet, darker. Can't read a note there because of why can't I read my own handwriting? It's only the second pour. Red fruit, almost red Jolly Rancher. On the palate, red fruit, an intense palate, peanut, sweet, slight youthful note. A slight youthful note. On the finish, red fruit, peanut, sweet, peanut shell. I scored it at 3.5. The group scored a 3.54, and that was 7th overall. Then we have this Silver Springs. And this is the one that you're going to see 3 of, but you'll see 2 of them in the next 12. So this one is Cask 15330. And if you guys aren't aware, I absolutely love these Silver Springs. For $40, I think they're phenomenal ryes. And I've been getting a lot of Silver Springs in the mail. And so I think I have up to like 8. I do plan doing a whole big blind with all these different Silver Springs. But in the next lineup, I kind of did the 2 Silver Springs back to back, and there was a big difference in flavors and scoring. But on this day, let's go. The nose was sweet marshmallow, purple Jolly Rancher, slight dark fruit, slight rye. On the palate, sweet purple Jolly Rancher, purple soda, slight rye, oak, finish vanilla, marshmallow, oak. I scored a 3.8. I really liked it. The group, not so much. 3.36, came in 10th place overall. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure the Silver Springs did really well in the next lineup. And then we have this Evan Williams 250th, and I'm about to talk about this 250th stuff. But this is the Evan Williams. There's I guess a few different Evan Williams 250th. So this is the single barrel vintage bourbon at 117.76 proof. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Sweet, darker, slight youthful, nutty. On the palate, strawberry, light, strawberry bubblegum. On the finish, strawberry, oak, vanilla. 3.5. The group scored a 3.73. The group, I remember really liking this bottle a lot. Came in 4th overall. And the 250th stuff, this is what I want to get into. You're going to see a few different 250th version bottles between this lineup and the next lineup. And last night, I bought probably another 10. Literally had to go to website to website to website to individually buy them all, because heaven forbid any website had more than one. So I basically went to every distillery and bought it. I have a whole spreadsheet here of basically every single 250th bottle that I could find. And I have about 8 already. Most of them are going to be in these 2 lineups. Some are coming in already in the mail. Some I ordered last night. So I plan on doing a bunch of videos around July 4th about all the 250 bottles. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to end up with, but I plan on doing like a 4-way blind, a 4-way blind, 4-way blind. If I can do, maybe if I get like 20, I'll do 5 different blinds. I'll pick the winner of each one and do like the best of, and kind of see the best 250th release. Now, some of them are sold out. Some of them I found online, like from distilleries that I've never heard of before, and just 100%. A lot of these are like gimmicky money grabs, anyways. But some I 100% thought was just gimmicky money grab of distilleries I've never heard of. There's like a 4-year-old 250th anniversary thing from someplace I've never heard of. And it's like $250. I'm like, yeah, no. So I didn't buy them all, but I did try to buy as many as I can. Some, distillery only and stuff like that. So I tried. I might have end up with the biggest collection of 250 bottles on the planet. We'll see. I don't know who's collecting all of these besides me, but you'll see these videos next week. I already have a good amount, so even if some are coming in the mail, I'll get those on the back end of those videos. So anyway, so you'll see a lot of stuff about the 250. So let's get into the next lineup. And speaking of 250th bottles, there's 2 more right here. So this one is the Copper and Cask. This is, man, I cannot see what that says. It's like a Latin anyways. Double oak bourbon whiskey, 9 years. So that's one of them. That's the back at MGP. I just quickly saw Lawrenceburg. So 9-year-old MGP. Look at that sticker on there. It's not even a sticker. It's like part of the thing, but that's a cool one with Eagle. Different one over here, Boston Rum Party, but we'll get to that one. So the double oak bourbon, 250th on the nose. Not my favorite, youngish note. Some oak, makes sense. That's completely opposites. On the palate, oak, vanilla, sweet, typical sweet 6-year-old bourbon, marshmallow, red fruit. On the finish, oak, marshmallow, vanilla, red fruit. Score 3.5, so decent. The group scored 3.75 and it came in 3rd place. So the group did like that one a lot. Jack Daniel's 14. Now this is actually now my bottle. Now that I won one and basically gave that one to Jerry and kept this one to myself. So I do have my own Jack Daniel's 14. Yay! On this day, banana bread, spice, red fruit, sweet. On the palate, so different. Strawberry, bubblegum, oak, banana bread, marshmallow, slight permanent black marker. I thought that was peanut butter. Slight permanent black marker. On the finish, marshmallow, marker, oak, sweet, banana, peanut. So when we did the video last week with 2 Jack Daniels, I don't remember it being so banana, but I remember having it the first time in this Whiskey Cigar Club and getting a lot of banana that day. So I think it opened up a little bit better. I scored a 3.9. The group scored a 3.59, and it came in 6th place. Then we had this Angel's Envy Cash Strength. This is a 2026 release, which, basically everything is going to be a 2026 release. On the nose, sweet marshmallow, darker, nutty, slight coffee, sourness, funky. On the palate, red fruit, sweet, light, nice baked bread note. On the finish, baked bread note, sweet, youngish. Score 3.3, so not my favorite. The group score 3.38, came in 9th overall. Then we have the other Copper and Cask 250. This is a straight rye whiskey, 8-year. And so there you go, straight rye whiskey. This is also MGP, looks like 8-year, right there on the back. Look at that sticker. Boston Rum Party. Is it finished in rum? Finished in rum cask. That makes sense. I can tell you right now, I did not like this that much. Cleaning product, rye, grassy, spice, Windex. On the palate, nope. Rye, not a good rye. On the finish, Windex, rye, very rye, and young forward. I scored a 2, which is definitely my lowest score on both these groups. The group scored 2.8. It came in 12th place, so it did come in last place. This was not my favorite. Again, these two plus the other 1 or 2, I'm going to one, will be in the videos coming up next week. So we'll see how it opens up a little more. Again, these are all fresh cracks, or most of these are all fresh crack reviews. So let's get into the next lineup. Okay, final lineup for this one. And we have the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Rye A126. And very excited about this. It didn't exactly, it did well, just not for the group. Again, rye, they're always hit or miss depending on who's there. So on the nose, red fruit, sweet oak, vanilla, black licorice. On the palate, red fruit, sweet oak, vanilla, pretty tasty, dark fruit. On the finish, red fruit, vanilla, slight rye, spice. Score 3.75. The group score 3.41. It came in 8th place. And then you, I think the video before this one was a review of these two. So this is the little padding probably in the box somewhere. We have the little book chapter 10, and there's the little tag. On the nose, sweet oak, vanilla, rich, slight nutty. On the palate, sweet vanilla, red fruit, nutty. On the finish, sweet vanilla, oak, red fruit, nutty. Score 3.5. The group score 3.6. Came in 5th place, which is funny because the bookers end up coming in first. So this is the 2026-02. And again, these were just in this video together the other day. Slight banana, oak, funky red fruit, sweet. On the palate, slight banana, slight cleaning note, nutty red fruit. On the finish, slight banana, slight cleaning note, nutty, sweet vanilla, slight chocolate. I scored 3.4. The group scored 3.85. And like I said before, it came in 1st place. So the group really liked the bookers. Obviously, I had some kind of negative notes there. It did pretty well in the past review, so it might have been like a fresh crack situation where I didn't really like it that much, but the group did like that one a lot. And then we have this new Evernorth batch 12, aged 16 years, Canadian. It's cask strength whiskey. Looks like it's 16-year-old corn, 20-year-old corn, 22-year-old corn, 20-year-old rye, and 22-year-old rye. So got this pretty recently. And on the nose, corn. I wrote corn spice. I don't think I've ever wrote that before, but a spicy corn. I don't know. On the nose, with that, wood, dark fruit, spice note. On the palate, wood, corn, cardboard, sweet, spice. On the finish, wood, corn, spice, cardboard. Not my favorite. I scored a 3.1. The group scored 3.79 and came in 2nd place. Even with my low scoring, the group still had it high enough to get in 2nd place. So, you know, definitely something I have to get back into. I'm pretty sure it's the only time I had it was at the Whiskey Cigar Club, and not my favorite, but obviously I'll get back into it. So let's get into the next groups. All right, some things have boxes. This actually is a tube. I was kind of quickly looking for it before I, started recording. I couldn't find it right away, so I'm like, it's not that important. Again, 250th bottle, 250th bottle, 250th bottle. So, I was trying to crack them all open to start getting into them. And some of these actually, like, this is like half empty, not half empty, but like I've had this numerous times already. I think this a little bit and this one, because I brought some of these to the bottle shares and stuff like that for the tater lines over the past weekend and everything. So some of these were actually fresh crack reviews for my Whiskey Cigar Club, but these are all over the place. So let's get into it. So this is the Kentucky, and there's no Y there. I don't know what they're trying to do here. But this is from 15 Stars. This is a cheaper, not version, but offering from them. This is 16-year-old whiskey. They have a 12-year-old, I think it's a rye. I should be getting that soon. The one store I picked this up at didn't have the 12-year-old, but another store said that they can get it for me. But this is another one of those 250th anniversary things. 90 proof. So red fruit, vanilla, slight youthful on the palate. Red fruit, vanilla, light on the finish. Red fruit, vanilla, light, chocolate ice cream. So it's score 3.4. Okay. The group score 2.99. Again, the scoring here is going to be a little bit lower than the other one, but that was last place. So 2.99 was last place. So basically right there at a 3. Not bad. No one really said anything bad about it, but it just came in last place. There was actually, oh my God. So I originally had something else to go in this spot. It was like an old Jim Beam thing, like an old school one from 50 years ago. I opened it up and I poured it and it came out like chocolate milk, like brown, smelled terrible. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna make you guys drink this. So I had to switch out that bottle in the lineup anyways. So we have the Blood Oath. This is packed number 12. I'm trying to see what this is finishing. Oh man, I don't know how to say these words. What is that? Monte Policiano and Salvinese casks. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are going to be see that on the camera, but it's up there. This is pack 12. This is a 2026 version. Again, this is not a fresh crack because I remember bringing this over to the Cigar Lounge. This is a big thing going on right now. This is what's taking up a lot of my time between Whiskey Cigar Club. The World Cup is going on right now. I don't know if you guys are following the World Cup at all. I'm a big fan of soccer. Obviously, on my shirt, that's the Portuguese flag, it's the American flag. So been watching a lot of soccer. I've been watching like all the games, even if I don't have a rooting interest in it. I just like watching it, enjoying it. So I went to the Cigar Lounge and I brought a couple bottles of me. And this is one of them because I figured that might be a good pairing with a cigar because it's finished and stuff. It was decent, nothing bad about it at all. So on the nose, banana grassy green. On the palate, banana red fruit, vanilla okay. Hard to figure out. On the finish, slight chocolate, red fruit. Score 3.4. The group scored 3.17 and it came in 10th place. So not all that good by itself. And for the price, meh. Obviously, I have a couple other ones that are back here all the time. Actually, you can't see it, but back there. See, right there. So maybe I'll review it against some of the older versions. Then we have this Yellowstone 250th. Now, there's 250. This is what I found out the other day. There's 250 of these single barrels across the country. This one's number 52. This is a local store in Connecticut called Conti's. It's like my favorite store, my go-to store. I think this is the only one that Connecticut got, which sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. But they got it. 100 proof, 7 years old. And this one was sweet, grassy, slight peanut butter. On the palate, milk chocolate, red fruit, sweet vanilla. On the finish, milk chocolate, red fruit, sweet vanilla. So a lot of the same notes. Score 3.5. The group score of 3.08. Came in 11th place. So these three did not do so well. The last 3 places in the 12 bottle lineup all came right away. And I remember going through this like, oh, it's a good lineup. And the other bottles, I guess, were a lot better. So then we have this W.H. McBriar special edition. Again, another 250th bottle, 105 proof. Comes in a box that's already jacked up. And red apple, red Jolly Rancher, very red apple, sweet. I remember this one being a lot of red apple, having this whole discussion with my Whiskey Cigar Club. On the palate, red apple, red Jolly Rancher, sweet oak, very fruit, and sweet forward vanilla, caramel, apple. Oh, like, I remember even talking about this. Like, you go to like the carnival, like the circus, whatever, and you get like the caramel around the apple, like on a stick. It was so good. I did really like this one. On the finish, red apple, some spice, vanilla, caramel, apple. I scored 3.8. The group scored 3.49. It came in 5th place overall. So probably one of the higher scoring ones out of the 250th. So we'll see how it does. Obviously, this one and this one did not do so well. So again, we'll see how they all do in a new blind probably next week. I plan on starting those videos Monday. So let's get into the next lineup. All right, we go into the next lineup and we start off with this Red Top Rye. It's a 7-year, and this is from Old Commonwealth, right? Yeah, Old Commonwealth Distillery. My buddy Jerry, he's always on top of these things in different groups and asking if I want things. I'm like, it's different, why not? 105 proof. I think it was like $70-ish. Apparently it's flipping on secondary for a lot more than that. Whatever. So vanilla, red fruit, red Jolly Rancher, slight grassy, dark fruit, red fruit, licorice, dark fruit, sweet on the nose, or on the finish. Man, I'm all over the place. I scored a 3.5. The group scored a 3.24, and it came in 7th place. Then we have the cheapest bottle we were talking about today. Oh man, that box put crumbs all over. Sorry, the box from the 2026 put crumbs all over it. Anyways, so this Duck Club, I don't know if you guys are seeing this in your area. My local store had this one in a lower proof one so I think this might have been $39.99. The other one was $29.99. So this might have been $40, but between like $30 and $40 cheap. When I do my haul video, I'll have better pricing, but definitely something cheap. This is Duck Club, and we actually used the lower proof one as a starting pour, and that actually wasn't too bad. Let's see how this one was. Peanut butter, youthful, slight banana. On the palate, grassy, youthful, slight banana, butter popcorn. On the finish, butter popcorn. That's all I wrote. I try to at least write like at least 3-ish notes. One note isn't usually good. Scored 3.2. The group scored a 3.19. Right there. Came in 8th place overall. And then we have this Evernorth. This is Night Stock. I just got this the other day. I think I actually got it the day of my Cigar Club on Tuesday. This is volume 5, and this just came out. And so I wrote on the nose cinnamon, oak, not that good. Oh, I wrote oak, okay. So cinnamon, okay, not that good. On the palate, vanilla, oak, sweet caramel, tasty chocolate. On the finish, cinnamon, sweet oak, red fruit, chocolate. I scored a 3.8, which is a pretty high score. To this point, it's the highest score with the McBriar 250th. The group scored 3.8, and it came in 9th place. So it didn't do all that well for the group, but I did enjoy this, even though I didn't like the nose that much. Then we go to this. This is the Angel Envy Cask Strength Rye, Finishing Caribbean Rum, 2026 release, of course. And on the nose, baking spices, minerally, orange Flintstone vitamin, hazelnut. A lot of us were getting this like orangey and mineral and Flintstone vitamin notes on this Angel's Envy Cask Strength. I remember this now. On the palate, green rye question mark. It was rye. Nutty oak cleaning product question mark. On the finish, oak, rye, spice, sweet cleaning product question mark. It scored at 3.4, which I'm surprised I scored it that high with a cleaning product question marks. I don't know. The group scored 3.25. It came in 6th place overall. So both Angel's Envy Cask Strengths didn't do all that well in these lineups because the bourbon didn't do well either. So I'll probably maybe do a video on them because I have some past releases and maybe kind of compare how they did in the past. And I'll do that in a couple weeks because I'm pretty sure the next couple weeks will just be all the 250th stuff. So again, well, we got one more lineup, but then I'll do a recap. All right, now we get into the final lineup, and Jared from Bourbonado Group, he sent me both these Silver Springs. I paid him for him to get them to me, but he was able to track down these 2 different single barrels at a local store, send them to me. So I appreciate you, Jared. And so this one was Cask 13378, and this is around an 8-year-old, based off the dates on the side here. If it wants to focus, you camera. And on this Silver Spring, maple syrup, oak, sweet, red fruit, savory. On the palate, sweet, cardboard, proofy, almonds, red fruit. On the finish, cardboard, maple syrup, vanilla. I scored a 3.4. The group scored a 3.84. It came in 4th place overall. And then we have this one. This is Cask number 7738. And this looks to be almost like a 9-year because 2017, 2026. And that's 9 years. And there's the little tag on the side for you guys. And on this one, I wrote on the nose, Red Jolly Rancher, sweet oak, dark sweetness, dusty peanut, apple, and cherry. Very small handwriting all of a sudden on that one. On the palate, maple syrup, sweet, red fruit, oak, vanilla. On the finish, maple syrup, oak, nice spice, vanilla. I love this one. I scored a 3.9. The group scored a 3.94. So right there. Came in third place overall. So I scored this one a 3.4 and this one a 3.9. Different notes. And this is what I want to find out. I want to find out about these Silver Springs to see how different they are. This is why I've been trying to collect them all. So I think about 8. So that's another video I'll be doing pretty soon. Probably a Friday video in a couple Fridays from now. All right. And then we have another one of these Evernorth spirits. And this is the Exodus Rye. This is volume 4. I love the labels on the Evernorths. So nose molasses, dark sweetness, apple crisp. Oh, I remember, yep, the apple crisp, like people's brains were like, that's exactly what I was trying to get. Apple crisp, vanilla ice cream. It was very dessert heavy on the nose, really good. Red fruit. On the palate, oak, red fruit, vanilla, classic older whiskey, green apple. On the finish, green apple, vanilla, oak, tasty. And so this is a rye. 100% thought this was more of a bourbon profile than a rye. So I didn't get a lot of rye on this. Is this finished? Straight rye whiskey. Doesn't look like it. Let's see. There is a mash bill on the side here. It's 6-year-old Sagamore, 8-year-old Middle West. The Middle West is 95.5, but the Sagamore is 92 rye, 43% corn. Anyways, I scored a 4. Absolutely love this bottle. The group scored a 4.08, and it came in first place overall. Actually, I have this backwards, but it came in first place overall. And then we have the most expensive bottle of all 24, and that's this Brook Hill. This is a 14-year-old. It's Hazmat at 141.06 proof. And you know, this is these rare bottles that Rare Character puts out. Stupid expensive. It says Shaked Out on the back here. I don't know if that's like the name of the barrel or whatever, but you guys tell me. I've never owned a Brook Hill before. I've only had a pour of 2 different Brook Hills at a bar in Las Vegas. I actually did a video about that like back last year. It was a while ago. In case you OGs remember that one. This was really good. This was my favorite thing I had out of these all 24s. One of the best things I've had all year. Strong vanilla, the best vanilla. Oh yeah, okay. Now this only happened 2 days ago, so I'm starting to like remember what happened. The strong vanilla, the best vanilla. Shut up. Oak, sweet, vanilla, beam, ice cream. On the palate, oak, vanilla, proof, sweet, red fruit, strawberry, bold. On the finish, proof, sweet, oak, vanilla, red fruit, elevated. I scored a 4.4. The group scored a 4.05. It came in second place behind the Evernorth. But this was really vanilla forward, like the best type of vanilla. I remember saying that numerous times. But I will have to compare this to some of the best things I've had and kind of see where it stacks. Because based off of fresh crack, even though, you know, it's a good part out of this already, but that was fresh crack that day. I really enjoy this one. Now it's $500. Is it worth that? No. That's just so stupid. Even like when I bought at the liquor store's like, it's $500. Are you sure? I was like, yes. Oh, I've never had a Brook Hill. You know, the ones I had before I really liked. So we'll see. But I'll definitely do some videos so I can give away some samples so you guys can try this, because, you know, that's part of the channel. The part of the channel is me share. Obviously, I already shared this much of it with my friends. So there's that. So if you saw anything out of these 24 that you want to see me reviewed, obviously I already reviewed the Little Book and Booker's. The Silver Springs is going to be a video. You know, all the 250 is going to be a bunch of videos. But if you saw something else that I maybe talked about quickly and you want to see a review of it, definitely leave in the comments. But that's that. So I appreciate you guys being flexible a little bit with my schedule with the videos this week. So I do plan on recording a video later on this afternoon, evening, and probably posting that late Friday night or Saturday morning, just because this is going to be released on Thursday. It's going to be a cigar related video. I have to do a giveaway for the last cigar video in that video. So a couple other things are coming out down the pipeline. I got another thing, two different companies sent me stuff to review. So I do say no to things, let me tell you. It's crazy. If you guys ever want to know about like the back end stuff of being like a YouTuber person, definitely just email me, because it's so ridiculous, like the emails I get. It's so silly. So anyways, I'm sure you guys don't care about that. So I'm going to go to a World Cup game tomorrow, Friday. So that's why I need to record the video and do all that stuff today, because tomorrow I'm going to go see France versus Norway up in Boston. And let me tell you, I don't care who really wins or anything, but it should be a really good game. I'm very excited. So if you've been watching the World Cup, definitely tell me your team in the comments and who you root for, who you think is going to win, who's your favorite player. You know, we could definitely talk about some soccer, because I'm all about the World Cup this year. So don't do stupid. And if you do, don't get caught. Bye.